Howdy guys, it's Burning Sniper 64 here, and today we're going to be going over some more triggers in Empire's Dawn of the Modern World. So, to summarize the triggers we're going to be going over in this video, I got a nice and simple one here. It's how to make sure units increase their health and they actually stay with said health. I got another one here which shows you how to set up either your units or enemy units to follow a unit. I have a nice simple one that shows you how to set units on a patrol path. Again, this is very useful if you're making your own map and you want the enemy units to, take a patrol. And for the last one, I'll show you how to set up like value points where you can have resources set up and, just get more resources as time goes on. So as we go through here, these are all the effects I got here. We're going to start right away with the hit points one. This is pretty simple. I was going through this because I too have had some troubles making it work, but I found out the best way to do this. So starting this off, what you're going to do is you're actually going to use the max hit points setting. So we're going to go through that again real quick and I will show you. So I'll use this one right here. So you go through unit, attribute, you just click it right here. And then you'll select whatever object you like, which for here I have this musketeer. And as you go, you'll hit max hit points. So you're going to want to increase this by either a percent or a flat amount. Either way works. And the most important part about this is that the unit does not enter combat for the first second or two that the game starts. If it does, this will cause an issue where the unit will not properly gain its HP and it'll be killed almost immediately. So to highlight this, I got this trigger here. I'm going to turn this one on right away. Here we go, and this is going to be it we're going to start with. So I have an enemy unit.
You have won?
Not that.
Most
I assuredly.
assuredly.
For the path here, so we're just gonna
Most assuredly. Most
As you can
assuredly.
see, he has 1,300 HP instead of the normal amount you would have. And we're gonna walk him over here just to show that everything's working as intended and that he can get damaged and he'll survive.
We're under attack.
So, as you can see, he's taking attacks just fine. March him on over here.
You have won
Secure
most
for a moment
assuredly.
just to show that everything's working as intended. Perfect. As you can see, I set him up just a bit more range just so he can shoot
have
him
won.
faster, so I can show this off. As you look, it's all working as intended. So we will return to the editor real quick. Also, this is important, but because this is a very old game, if you're not careful to set up your own maps and you have too many triggers, you could actually start to bloat your game a little bit and it will not handle that nicely. And unfortunately, I am just waiting. Alright, so now that we're actually back in here, what we're going to do right away is we're just going to turn this one off. So this is another easy one that we're going to be going over. This is just how to make a unit, follow another unit, just like, let's say you want to set up like a guard mission or something like that, and you want a unit to like guard something, like guard another units moving around, anything like that. This is just a nice easy trigger. So how we're going to do this is you go into effect, right? And then you'll hit a new thing here, and you'll hit task object. So this is pretty simple. You select the object that you want to do something, or the unit you want to do something, and then you select what you want it to do it to. So by doing that, you automatically set up that string, and you have multiple options here. This is actually going to be important for our next one too. So you can set it to attack move, normal, patrol, and you can also set it to escort. And that's one we're going to be using today. So by setting this up, this is going to cause it to just follow that unit around, take care of it if it's in danger, protect it. So I'm not going to actually apply this effect because I already have it applied here, but we're just going to see how this one works out now. Perfect, so we're going to go look, and this
Yes, my emperor.
Actually going to walk all the way over to this guy
Yes,
and
master.
hang out with him. So I'm going to be leaving this trigger on for the next one we're doing. I'm just going to let this go on just so I can show you that it works as intended. Alright, so as you can see, he's just going to walk up, he's going to stop next to him. And don't fret, if the unit
Yes, master.
stops, they will continue to follow them. It's not going to be a problem at all. That's just how it goes. So we're going to return that here real quick. Perfect. So I'm going to leave this one on. I'm going to turn on our patrol one right away. So this one, it's also a nice easy one. So in order to do this one, you actually need to set up an area. So I set up area 4. That's going to be up here. Just going to be one dot. That's all you need. Unfortunately, it is very difficult to set up actual patrol routes because it's very difficult to get the AI to understand what you want it to do. I was working with it, and unfortunately, all you can set up is a one route patrol like this. So if you want to set up any patrol routes, you have to set up like multiple guards to go through different patrols. But in order to do this, it's pretty easy. So you set up your area wherever you want the unit to walk to. So effectively what's going to happen is where the unit starts is going to be their second point that they walk back and forth to. So that's going to be very important to know. So what you're going to do is you're going to do new. You're going to go back to task, object, nice and easy. You're going to, oh, I lied to you. We're going to be going to task area. Then you'll select the unit you want to do it, and then you'll set up the area you want to go to, which is A4. Now you can do multiple things here. The one we're going to do is patrol. By doing this, that's going to set it up so the unit will come back to the point it starts. But if you want to set up like an attack, like you want to set up something else to have units attack a base without you having to do anything at all, you can set attack move and put the area in the base, and that'll cause them to rush the base and attack the first thing they see. So that's how you set that up. I'm also not going to be activating this one because I already have this here. So we have this guy here, and then we have the patrol here. Both are on, so now I can also show you that this unit will be following him as he patrols. So he's going to walk up all the way about right here and then walk back. And while that's happening, this unit's going to be changing their path, trying to walk with them, as you can see. Just to show that this works as intended. Even when they reach him, they'll still follow him. It's always good to be very thorough when you're testing out triggers and testing out effects, because sometimes there are long form issues that you don't know are going to happen until you do everything, you think it's working great, put it into a map, try testing out the map, and something goes wrong. So the best way to guarantee that doesn't happen and try to minimize it is just to let things run for a moment like this. So as you can see, he's going to be doing his second route, and he'll just keep doing that. An important part for this trigger is to make sure that the trigger is on, and for this one, I mean, that's about it. Make sure you have the right unit selected. Alright, so you may actually notice that none of the triggers I had here are here anymore, and that's because my game ended up taking a little bit of a crash while I was trying to record this, so I had to bump her back up. But so for our last trait, we're actually be going over how to set up resources that are going to be constantly repeating. So the best way you can do this is you can use this in many ways. You can actually set it up as kind of like, let's say you're playing with your friends and you want to set up a map where there's like a central resource zone that you want to control, like King of the Hill or something. A good way to do this is actually going to be to just go to effects, right? You're going to go to unit attribute, and then you're going to have to quickly we'll select a brown bear here. And what you're going to do is you're going to select food. Unfortunately, you cannot use any other resources with the bear because it does not count it. This works for every other resource. You can use this for any other resource node, but it'll be the same thing. If it's a stone mine, you can only do stone, gold, a tree, wood. But so then what you'll do is you'll select food, you'll hit increase, and you can either increase it by a flat amount or a percent amount. We're going to be doing a flat amount because percent amounts don't really work that well. I found I was testing this earlier, and if it's too small for percent, it won't do it. So this is the active one right here, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in 100 here. So what you do is you go back to your trigger, and your trigger is just going to be like this. You set it up, have it looping, and it'll loop, and then every 1,000 milliseconds is a millisecond, and is a second if I remember right. So you just set it up like that, so you can have it every like set amount of time.
Yes, Commander.
So obviously start patrolling it. Let's turn up the trigger for that. So we're just gonna walk right in here, so we can take a nice little peek.
Commander. Yes, Commander.
So about every 2 seconds, give or take, the bear should be getting more food.
Yes, Commander.
And then, as I said, the most practical use for this is going to be that.
Yes, Master. Yes, Commander.
Probably forgot to turn it back on. The most practical use for this trigger is going to be that you can use this just, set up resource nodes. If you want like infinite resource nodes, you can just do it by flat amount and not add anything to it, like just
You
not make
have
it
one
repeating.
most
Or
assuredly.
if you want to make it like so it's like a
Most
build-up thing, like
assuredly.
let's say you want like a mythical bear running around with super stats, and the longer it survives, the more stuff it gets. You could just set it up like that. Or you could set up like a special little area that's full of resources that just slowly goes up over time. Anything like that. But this is a nice, simple trigger, and it works. All right. So those are the triggers I have for y'all today. If y'all enjoyed, just stay tuned. I might do some more. I'm gonna go over some actual fixes for the game itself. But like if your cursor doesn't move or anything of the sort, I'll be going through videos of that. If I can find any good triggers that are nice, easy to show people, I'll make sure to toss some of those out too. And if y'all enjoyed, a like wouldn't hurt. Subscribe if you'd like, and I shall see y'all later.